The VinciWorks portal is, as many of you know, one place where you go to manage all your content, all your resources, run your edits. Our in-browser editor lives there. Our ability to share with other members of your team and get feedback lives there. And we've made many small continuous updates to it. But earlier, the end of last year, we launched a few new features that we want to talk about. The first one is our Resource Hub. Our Resource Hub is essentially a collection of over 400 high-quality compliance resources all in one place. So this includes the very, very best of our in-house professionally produced videos, again, in-house expert-written guides. We've also have a range of templates there, from everything from harassment policies to anti-bribery policies for you to download, adjust. The content is already complete, written and checked by our legal team. So it's just a question of you making it yours, adjusting it to your own requirements. And instead of spending 3 weeks writing a whole brand new policy, you spend an hour reviewing it, make sure you're happy with it and making it your own. We also have all our webinars, possibly including this one, added to our Resource Hub. So if you want to, at any time in the future, go back to something we mentioned, you can do that. It's not just a question of having all the resources in one place. It also gives you the ability to find what you need and when you need it. You can preview any videos or any guides before you download them, so you know what you're going to be getting. And the search and the smart search functionality that we built in means that you can find exactly what you need in seconds. Beyond that, this helps you to reinforce and to prove compliance. So once you download a document for us, or once you find a video that you like, you can actually embed that into your learning journey. So you could build a journey for one of your customers, for one of your employees that starts off with a course, maybe then a 5-minute catch-up course, then watching a video, and then reviewing a policy document at the end. So to be able to embed this into a learning plan, into a learner's journey, means that you are able to really reinforce those messages across the organization. And finally, a lot of the guides and a lot of the templates are intentionally made to be downloadable and customizable. So you can download printable guides, you can download handouts, you can make quick and easy customizations to templates so that you have the documents you need in minutes as opposed to days or weeks. So apart from the new content, Alyssa, that you mentioned earlier, there's also new tools that I know your teams are about working on getting into the portal. Can you talk us through some of those now?
Absolutely. So the first one we're really excited about is AI edit mode. This directly supports something we care deeply about, which is relevance. AI edit mode will be a new panel built directly into edit mode, which is designed to support you while you're editing and customizing courses. So it's a part of our wider commitment to and building training that people can actually see themselves in, rather than content that feels very generic or disconnected from day-to-day reality. So instead of starting from scratch or manually reworking content, you'll be able to use the AI to help you adjust the tone, to tailor the content for different audiences within your organization, different offices within your organization, different jurisdictions, and make structured changes much more quickly and much more confidently. You can upload your own policy documents or internal materials, whatever they might be, and then ask the AI to reference those and embed those across the training piece. It can then make updates throughout based on what you've uploaded into the AI. It means that your course can reflect your language and tone, your process, your expectations. And this is something you can see in a minute, as opposed to weeks of back and forth editing with different stakeholders across the team. The goal we had when we were putting this together was we wanted to reduce friction. We wanted to make editing even easier than it is now. We want you to be able to make meaningful customizations so training stays compliant, but it feels genuinely relevant to the people taking it.
So I think when this comes out, this is going to be an absolute game changer. I know another one that your team has been working on is the insights, which I think is also kind of an evolutionary leap forward. Could you talk us through what makes the insights different from traditional LMS reporting of the past?
Absolutely. So this is another big one. Insights is a new feature we're introducing across our content portal, and it's designed to give you deeper understanding of how training courses are actually performing. So rather than stopping at a completion rate or a final test score, what Insights is doing is it's looking across either a specific course or a multitude of courses to show how learning is really landing across your team or your whole organization. That includes things like how confident staff felt about speaking up on certain topics. If something goes wrong, would they speak up? Would they know who to speak up to? How effective learners were at identifying and responding to a risk-based question. If your users were put in a risky situation, do they even know they're in a risky situation? How would they proceed? How would they handle that? And then more deeply looking at individual learning objectives within a topic area. So instead of leaving you with just an 80% on a bribery course, we can drill down into specific learning objectives and say, this concept is understood, this concept was not understood. That might give you the ability to point to specific individuals who are struggling or particular areas of a topic that users are lacking confidence in. This is being built across the library, so it allows you to look at patterns and perceptions across the team, across topics, rather than viewing just each course in isolation. And then over and above all of that, what we can do is we can benchmark that data against wider industry trends. So you can understand whether what you're seeing is unique to just your organization or part of a broader trend and a broader picture. The aim is to move training insights away from a hindsight report and move you towards something that genuinely supports risk management, decision-making, and targeted improvement.
So if you take a step back and I ask you to kind of look at how the resources, look at how insights, look at how AI edit mode is kind of coming together, how would you sum up the roadmap and what it's aiming to achieve across 2026?
Absolutely. So when you look at the roadmap as a whole, it's moving in one clear direction. We want smarter, more realistic content. We want more focus on new learning modalities like conversational learning. We want better tools for editing and customizing, and we want richer insights into what learners know, feel, and do. It's about helping organization move from delivering training and building real capability and reducing risk in a measurable way.
Perfect. There's one more thing in the portal we'd like to talk about today, and this is something which we haven't yet discussed or shared with anyone else, and that is our shift towards building an LMS inside Portal itself. It's really important to state that we have Astute, which is our enterprise-facing LMS. It's an LXP. It is the bells and whistles and everything you could ever need as a medium or large scale L&D team, including very complex workflows, automations, and the like. But what we're looking to build within the portal itself is a single, simple software platform that connects insights that we looked at with the reports and allows you to deploy courses to learners. So this is in no way meant to kind of compete with Astute, but it's meant to complement it for the right users in the right times. Those teams that take full advantage of the Astute features, it's there and it's being continually updated. And Ruth will talk more about Astute today. And Portal LMS is meant for quick deployment, smaller teams with less requirements. The idea is that everything sits inside Portal. So once you're in the VinciWorks portal, you have everything at hand. You can choose the content you want, edit the content you want, and deploy the content you want. As Alyssa mentioned, there'll be in-depth insights alongside with your typical LMS completion reports and other similar information to see everything in one place. We are simplifying the format, and possibly as a first for the industry, we are getting rid of SCORM-induced data loss. And anyone here who's worked with SCORM files over the last decade or two, like many of us have, will understand the frustration which we are hoping to be able to solve there. We're looking to build this importantly as a usable, intuitive, training forward interface, which will be easy to set up and get running in a couple of minutes. You can set up workflows, you can report support flexible teams with flexible roles. And finally, there's going to be a strong amount of visualization, making it easy to see at a glance what you've covered, how compliant your team is, and what gaps you still have to fill. Within the assignment screen itself, we're looking at very useful statistics. Our goal is give you what you want and hide what you don't, so that you are able to work without noise and focus on where the attention needs to be. Here you can very easily prepare and revise training, make any edits before things send out, and have everything in one place. So it's very easy for you to track your assignments, who's been sent what versions of different courses different people have seen, etc. A strong focus for us throughout this is our usability. We are a big proponent of creating tools which feel intuitive to use, and user testing and our CAB members have really gone above and beyond to make sure that we are delivering just that. There are a lot of small tweaks which you wouldn't think of, such as importing multiple users at once and inviting new members, which we want to make as simple and as clean as possible. Everything here should look and feel like a technology for 2026, as opposed to many of the LMSs today that don't quite have that same level of cleanliness. We're looking for everything from multiple filters to enable grouping to really put usability at the forefront of this tool. So in an ideal world, there's little to no learning time when you're in the tool of how everything works. And finally, the key element for us is that everything's in one place. You get content from the portal, you can browse the full content library in the portal, you can get your resources, you can make your course edits, you can share and accept or reject other people's changes, and then deploy, track, and get reports and insights all in one place. We have dedicated training areas within the portal which prioritize due training or incomplete training, and this is critical for us. No more pop-ups. So when you have a learner, they get to see the learner portal, and this is roughly what it looks like in front of you here, but we're still working on the UI. There are no more pop-ups, no more multiple windows, no more multiple tabs. And then you yourself, when you need to do your own training, it's one click between a learning lead role and a learner role to actually take those courses yourself. So again, this is something which is built to complement the enterprise-facing, feature-rich, astute LMS, which we are still going to be working on and delivering to our customers with more sophisticated or more complex needs. This is meant to solve that problem of, I want everything in one place and I want to be able to launch quickly, deploy easily and cleanly. Astute has always been our standard enterprise LMS, and we plan to continue to deliver enterprise features there.